Hell yeah.
Ya yeet. I. Hello, chat. We were looking at the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set. I will be going back into Arena simply for that set. I'm stocking up on the fucking wild cards. God is my witness. I will get an Ishtola deck going. Simply to run Thancred. So it's been a while since I played this game. We have our girl Ethel. She is Adeptus Ministorum. Huh?
Oh.
Field retraining. This ability allows you to immediately redistribute the experience points of this character. It can only be used once and will disappear when you return to your void ship? Is it just like, hey, we updated the game enough, you should respec? What are my abilities, even? I have it twice. It's been a hot second. Do they have it too? Yes, they have it too. I guess the game went through enough updates that it might be worth considering to respec. Fuck it.
Not my specialty.
Unavailable. Hmm. Oh, by the way, would you like a custom character to be shoved in here? Because we can't just throw in a custom character.
What kind of character do we have here?
I am currently statted as a, fuck, what class am I? It has been long enough. That's my stat spread. What about? There we go. Features. Officer. Yeah, I think we're high enough level that we go into archetypes, grand strategist. Yeah, so I went. Yeah, officer into vanguard. This was operative into grand strategist. This is officer into grand strategist. Soldier into arch militant. Warrior into assassin. And then operative into bounty hunter. That's kind of what we're working with. And if you want, I think I have, Let me see if I have it. I can click this to instantly get my channel banned. Mausers. Holy shit, I still had the Wrath and Glory PDF.
Let's go.
Not that we'll be running that, but... You know, we fuck with it. Where is... Yeah, that's Violent Wet Dodgeball Sound .mp4. Is it even in downloads? Where did I put it? That's Godot. That's some project files. That's some shit I should probably delete at some point. Portrait Manager. Wait, but if it's... I'm just gonna look up search porch. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's Wrath of the Righteous. Settings. Rogue Trader. Apply. Select validate? Apply? Okay. Cool. Now, if you have art of a character, we can bring them in. I have a file that makes it so that it just auto converts that.
Alright.
Yeah, so we have Ethel here, who I drew a long time ago, that was designed to be a Adeptus Sororitas character.
Alright.
But they don't let you just start as one. So the next best thing is I chose, Astra Ministorum was what I went with. Some Voxmaster. No, who? Voidman at Arms, I think? No? Not him at all. One of these people I can talk to and they can go like, I will scrounge up somebody. Okay. Rest assured, there are people of the most outstanding talents among the thousands of your crew. I will contact the overseers at once. So we can make a custom character. And give them a custom portrait and everything.
Alright.
If you have a if you have a character you want to throw in on this. I guess before we go into all this, we can go into build.
Alright.
So you can choose a conviction, so you can either be slightly heretical, dogmatic, or iconoclast. Dogmatic, you basically follow the teachings of the Imperium. Iconoclast is you believe in the value of human life and freedom. That's and then heretical is you have devotion to corruption. So you kind of have your three paths for alignment, and they do give you benefits and boons depending. There are some gear that can only be equipped by certain types of characters.
I guess if we're starting off with that, I guess iconoclast?
Okay. Value in human life and freedom, faith in the power of goodwill, capable of overcoming the horrors and dangers of the universe without the need for artificial prohibitions, the desire to seek out common ground and compromise rather than uncompromising destruction. The actual humanitarian, like, neutral good.
Alright, yeah.
Alright, then you have choice of starting world. You have Death World. On Death Worlds, the plants, beasts, and sometimes even the environment itself takes aggressive and destructive forms, inimical to human life. Whilst exceptionally difficult to colonize, many Death Worlds pose valuable resources that require an outpost or other human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations of the galaxy. Those tested and found wanting die young. Gives you survival instinct once per combat when dropped below 30% max HP. You gain plus 20% as temporary HP. You also gain a plus 20% bonus to dodge and armor while you have at least one temporary hit point. They start with plus 5 strength, toughness, and agility, minus 5 intelligence and fellowship. They get access to Brutal Hunter. I don't think you can... So these are not things you start with, but things you can grab. Brutal Hunter is gain plus 15% critical hit chance against targets with a bleeding condition or with less than half of their max HP. Trusty Weapons. Death World characters gain plus 10% critical hit chance for axes, hammers, and las weapons. Wounded Beasts. Every injury increases the Death World character's agility and willpower by 5 points. Every trauma counts as 3 injuries. Basically, if you get beaten to near death, you get crippled in some way. And so, this is like, the more crippled you are, you get buffs. Lifetime of Scars. Death World characters suffer minus toughness, bonus less damage. From fire, toxic damage, and bleeding effects. And lastly, there's Tenacity. Once per combat, when a Death World character suffers stunned, blinded, or immobilized effect, this effect is ignored, and they instead gain 20% of their max HP as temp HP. Pretty good. They're kind of like a tank setup. There's Void World. Voidborn are humans birthed in the belly of a void vessel or aboard. They're shipborne. Death World, you spawned in a world that's just shitty and will kill you. Voidborn, you're born on a ship.
Alright.
They get fortune. You can reroll any failed attack, dodge, parry, characteristic, or skill test with a 20% chance of success. The chance cannot be greater than the base success chance of the roll. Additionally, any enemy dodge or parry against a Voidborn character has a 20% chance to fail after a successful roll. Basically, after you basically have a 1 in 5 chance to auto get what you want, even if you fail. You get +5 willpower, +5 intelligence, -5 strength. The perks they can pick up: Bloody Mess. Anytime you score a critical hit, there's a 10% chance to double the damage. Contagious Luck. Using a non-damaging ability on an ally grants that ally the ability to reroll. Basically, they get your luck ability, your fortune ability, for 1 round. Just a flesh wound, 20% chance to survive after suffering lethal damage with 1 HP. Jinx. While you have more than 50% HP, all chances of all creatures, including enemies, and a 3-cell radius are increased by 10%. While a Voidborn character has less than half of their health, it is then flipped to a -10%. And then Be Smart. Anytime an ability or talent uses the Fellowship bonus, a Voidborn character can instead use Intelligence if it is higher. Additionally, Voidborn characters can always upgrade Intelligence, even if their archetype does not allow it.
Oh.
Hive World, basically big city. They get Strength in Numbers. You gain some Resolve that scales off Fellowship if you have 3 or more creatures in a 3-cell radius to you. Doesn't matter if it's friend or ally. But you take a penalty to Resolve when there are no creatures around. Resolve is basically, I think, how fast you charge up your ultimate, basically.
Alright.
They get some Fellowship, some Agility, but a little less willpower. They can pick up Camaraderie. You can pass willpower resistance tests using your Fellowship value instead if your Fellowship is higher. Outnumber. If a High World character has melee superiority against the enemy, the effect is increased by 10%. I think that's just a mechanical. A blip. If enemy has melee superiority, the effect is decreased by 10%. Weapon personalization. All weapons dealing physical damage have +1 damage, +5% armor pen, +1 rate of fire, and -5 recoil. So, have fun with your ballistics. Helping Hand. If a Hive World character starts their turn adjacent to an ally, that Hive World character gains +2 movement points. If they end a turn adjacent to allies, they all gain +2 movement points on their next turn. Forge World. This is where AdMech shit comes in. Like, you're from an AdMech world. Forged for a purpose, you choose one of the following: Subskin Armor, which just gives you a +% to your armor. Locomotion System gives you a little bit of extra movement speed and dodge. Or Analytic System increases your critical hit chance. You get some intelligence, some toughness, but a little less Fellowship. Pinnacle of Weaponry. The first attack in combat with any plasma, melta, or power weapon deals additional damage equal to your intelligence bonus. For the remainder of combat, the bonus damage is decreased to half of this instead. Fires of the Forge, you gain plus toughness bonus deflection against the burning effect and flame weapons. Steel of the Forge, while wearing heavy armor, you gain +1 movement, +1 deflection, and cannot fall prone. Persistence of the Forge, you gain a stacking plus 10% bonus to hit chance and dodge reduction against any target you hit with a single target attack. Successful critical hits from a single target attack increases the hit chance and dodge reduction by 20%. And then calculated relations. You can use persuasion, coercion, and commerce based on intelligence instead of fellowship. Imperial World, basically where the cushy emperor bullshit happens. It's like the really prissy cities. They get no stat adjustments. Imperial World characters can select any characteristic except for weapon or ballistic skill and add just 10 to it. So that's their only features. They get a floating +10. Ready to serve. When an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability or affects an ally with such an ability, the resolve is increased for 1 round. Better to die for the Emperor. While under 40% HP, characters gain a +10 bonus to all characteristics and +2 to resolve, so you're just cracked while at low health. Doing my part. If no other character in the current party has the same archetype as this character, the first archetype ability used in combat by this character costs -1 AP less. No Heresy. You gain a +10% crit chance and +10 armor against Xenos or demonic creatures. Their allies gain half the bonuses of No Heresy. However, your lore Xenos and lore warp are always 0. Stronger together, all allies excluding Xenos in the current party gain +5 to the same characteristic as was chosen for humanity's finest. And lastly, Fortress World, where fighting happens. Never stop shooting. It's like the Orc Relentless shit. You basically get a each time a completely wrong idea. Each time a Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain +10 stacks of Never Stop Shooting. At the start of their turn, there is a % chance, based on the number of stacks, that the first attack this round will cost 0 AP and will not count towards the attack limit per turn. If this effect triggers, all stacks are lost. They get some perception, some willpower, but a little less fellowship. A lot of these are minus to fellowship. Combat Addict. You gain +7 ballistic skill, perception, and willpower while in combat. While outside of combat, you gain you take a -7 to intelligence, fellowship, perception, and willpower. Hail of Steel. Each round, Fortress World characters gain a stacking +1 bonus to dodge against ranged attacks for each shot they made during this round. Also, the ranged burst attacks grant an additional 10 stacks of Never Stop Shooting. Spare magazine. The first reload in combat costs 0 AP, and also reloading a weapon adds stacks of Never Stop Shooting. Familiar Kickback. At the end of your turn, Fortress World characters gain stacks of Never Stop Shooting equal to half the minimum damage of the most damaging ranged weapon they use this round. And Never Stop Believing. When all stacks of Never Stop Shooting should be lost, they become willpower divided by 3 stacks instead. Additionally, a Fortress World character may upgrade their willpower characteristic even if their current archetype does not allow it. There's your... a lot to go over, but it's a very important choice. Is, what type of world are you from? What you feeling?
Hive.
Hive? Alright. Strength in numbers. Ooga booga. Alright, there's Origin. You have Astra Militarum Commander. Gives you +2 ballistic skill and perception, as well as athletics and Medicae. Unlocks a few abilities. Basically, Astra Militarum Commander, you used to be a commander in Astra Militarum. You get Regimental Tactics. It's a once per combat ability that gives bonus damage to or their allies until they're adjacent to the commander or they're... yeah, okay. So, small little damage buff. They then get suppression fire. Which a lot of these, yeah, regimental tactic. These just increase your buffs. Which anytime an ult is popped, you get +5 to all stat. I think that one's the most like noteworthy one. You just gain. You get more powerful the more ults are popped in a combat. Commissar at all costs. The Commissar's next single shot or single target melee attack applies the following effects. If you target an enemy, the target becomes marked. The ally who kills the marked target gains an extra turn after the current one with +2 AP and +4 MP. So action points and movement points. If you just hit an ally, they gain +1 AP and +3 MP for 1 round. Can be usable once per combat. Summary execution. If you kill someone with all costs, they could use at all costs once more this combat for 0 action points. Show them contempt. When you're adjacent to an enemy, all allies gain resolve. Duty and honor. While under the effects of at all costs, you suffer +50% damage, but gain more action and movement points. Motivation. Anytime the Commissar grants additional movement points to any allied character, they give 2 movement points more. For the Emperor, when momentum is less than 100 points at all costs, grants momentum upon killing the marked enemy or targeting an ally. Crime Lord. Surefire Plan. Gain +int stacks of Surefire Plan. Activating this ability consumes 1 stack and makes the next action stronger depending on the type of action. So if it's an attack, it's you get some more damage. If it's a movement, you get more dodge and parry. If it's a non-damaging ability, on an enemy, that enemy suffers -10% like they get a damage debuff. Can be used multiple times per turn. Killing plan. The bonus damage of Surefire Plan is increased. Scaling off Wisdom. Killing at least one enemy with the attack restores 1 stack of Surefire Plan. Escape Plan. Better dodge and parry increase from Surefire Plan, and dodging and parrying at least 1 attack restores a stack. Contingency Plan, at the start of their turn, if you have no stacks, you gain 1 stack. Disorienting Plan, affecting an enemy fucks up their dodge and parry a little bit more. And then the last plan, once per combat, if you would die, you don't. You instead heal by your based off how many stacks of Surefire Plan you have. You lose all stacks and can no longer gain Surefire Plan stacks. So self-res. Minister and Priest. This is just like here's a war hymn. This is Adeptus. Like this is where ecclesiarchy. This is church people. That's what my character is. You have Litany of Purification. Enemies in the AoE of Warhammer Furious Recital gain +1 stack of Disturbed. Enemies that are adjacent gain 2 stacks. All demons in the area suffer damage equal to the momentum restored. Litany of Hatred. Allies in the area of effect gain additional damage for single shots and opportunity attacks. Shield of Faith. You gain bonus armor against demons and warp damage. You also have your resolve permanently increased. Emperor Protects. You gain a willpower chance bonus to ignore any enemy attack. And Flensing Strength. I know some of these got altered. Melee, Flame, and Melta attacks gain against demons and psychers. Gain a little bit of damage, scaling off willpower, and gain some armor penetration, also scaling. Such attacks against Xenos deal you
I
half
think
as
to
much.
help narrow this down a bit more, I think I want to just do something a bit shooty, but like high shooty.
Hi, Judy.
Like we bring lots of bullets out.
Sanctioned Psyker. No.
I'm gonna explode.
There's Noble. There's Navy Officer. Brace for Impact. Well, this isn't like your class. This is kind of just another background thing that gives you some more benefits.
That is fair.
If you want to be like an Astromilus Tarm guy, it's just like what type of leader were you for the most part? You could just be a fucking wizard. Fucked up that Sanctioned Psyker is just so good.
Sanctioned Psyker, and this is just a bad. You know what, Goofy, Sanctioned Psyker, but we go down some fucking gun route if we can, gun and magic.
Okay. Alright, you gotta choose your first path. Biomancer, which you can give yourself buffs to strength and toughness. And you can grab healing ability. This is body modification magic. There's Diviner. Better at dodging and parrying, foreboding. Gives people buffs to their dodge, perfect timing. Precognition. Prescience, prophetic intervention. Whenever an ally suffers damage that would make them fall unconscious, the Psyker immediately gains an extra turn. During that time, they can only use prophetic intervention. This power can only be used under these conditions. It restores allies' wounds to the amount they had before the attack that triggered the intervention. However, the Psi rating is reduced by -1 until end of combat. Can only be used if you have 3 Psi rating or higher, which you're not going to start with. So I'll just say the schools of magic is just run down. Biomancer, healing and transmutation buffs. Diviner, precog bullshit. Pyromancer, you burn people. Go figure. Sanctic. Smite magic, basically.
Alright.
And telepath, you got your shriek, your dominates, your sensory deprivation, mind rupture. There's your...
Honestly, I think I might want to go with Divineer.
Divineer? Alright. Alright, archetypes. So, soldier is the gunner.
Yep.
So we're gonna do that. Next, characteristics. You want to be shooty, shoot.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Divineer Gunslinger might go hard. So, let's see.
Oh, we got more points available. So, bump ballistic skill up. Agility. Willpower. Because that's going to help you with your abilities.
Yeah.
Intelligence isn't that useful.
Then I guess toughness.
Yeah. That looks decent. Do you want like specific? Do you have specific character art that you want to pull from that we've used, or do we want to just use one of these?
Since this isn't necessarily a character I'm fully basing this off of, or
just going off vibes.
Kinda. So I did have a character concept like this like a long time ago, but not necessarily for 40k, but like kind of like foresight, gunslinger type of character, but that never came up. Ooh, that kind of works a little.
Oh, and they actually, if you choose a rogue trader portrait, it just
changes it.
Yeah. Lovely. Honestly, yeah. What was the origin we went with? Yeah, Sanctioned Psyker, Hive World.
Hi.
Ah, that's where the minus to willpower went. It's fine. A beetle. I want to roll dice. Absolum.
We're getting closer, but not quite.
Brawn.
Okay, Braun kind of goes a little hard. We'll put a tab on that.
Veer. Rolf. Jace. The Mind Sculptor? Alexia. No. Jeremias. Castanus. Caleb. Agilum. Tob. Tarl. Tob. Okay. Festus. Okay. Ezra. Nadir, Lanto, Enoch.
Ooh, Enoch actually kind of works.
Okay, we're gonna... We'll go with Enoch then. -1 profit factor. Whatever. So I guess it does cost to make a character. Alright, we choose a skill. Knowledge war. Which one you feeling? Awareness, demolitions, athletics, Medicaid, or warp?
Awareness.
Okay. Then you get Revel and Slaughter, Firearm Mastery, and then one thing of our choice. See what the recommended are. Wait, we could also just look at the psychic bullshit. Blade of Light, Force Weapons, you're not using that, you're going to be a gunner. Use of Heroic Action. Is not the line... It's not in target's line of sight. Obscure Threat. Oh, okay. Each level of psi rating provides the Psyker access to new powers. It also strengthens damaging Psyker powers. So I guess this just increases psychic power? Cool.
Sure.
Ballistic skill or agility?
Ballistic.
Second sight. Stabilizing factor, subtle manipulation. Can use damaging psychic power while threatened in melee. We'll look at these. Rack and Ruin. When you deal damage to 3 different enemies, you gain plus 18% more damage for your next attack in the current combat. Rapid Reload. Reloading costs less AP. Unpredictable. Gain plus 7% critical hit chance. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover at the moment of the attack. Cover efficiency is increased. Camaraderie. For each adjacent ally, you gain plus 9% damage to...
I think that kind of works. You keep this person next to other people.
Alright, more ballistic or more agility?
More ballistic. We want to hit shit hard and good.
Alright. Look at all the available features. So, we can have you learn more powers, or we can have you learn one of these skills. So there's Dash. Dashes in the selected direction, spending all their movement points, doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. Allows the soldier to dash through allies and enemies, but not through obstacles. Controlled Shot gives a sign that they're about to open fire. The soldier and their allies will automatically dodge the soldier's next attack. Concentrated Fire, the next ranged attack made by the soldier deals plus 100% damage and has plus 20% dodge reduction. Entrench immediately spends all their AP and MP to gain plus 30 cover efficiency. Next time you use Run and Gun, you gain back all AP and MP spent plus 1 additional AP. It also resets the cooldown. Basically, guard action, then get more actions on the next time you do run and gun.
Alright.
Rapid fire. Your next ranged burst attack will have their base rate of fire doubled, but deal minus 25% less damage. All shots will follow random trajectories. So spray and pray, basically. Biomancy. If you just want to go down another school of magic, or you can grab foreboding or prescience. Foreboding. All allies in an area that you make a zone that increases their dodge. And then prescience. Target gains +6 intelligence, perception, fellowship, and willpower until the end of combat.
I'm kind of stuck between rapid fire or concentrated fire.
Okay.
I wonder if I can combine those two skills later on.
You will be able to pick more of these later.
Alright, then I guess in the meantime, we'll grab ourselves concentrated fire.
Okay.
It seems like a decent one to grab earlier on.
We can no longer upgrade ballistic skill right now. Agility, perception, strength, or willpower. Willpower does affect, I think, your psychic powers, so...
Let's see...
So, my personal is between agility and willpower. Oh, there's a bot. Let me deal with that while you make a decision.
Alright.
Agility... Yeah. What it will be? Agility or willpower?
Agility or willpower?
Want to get better at dodging, or do you want to be better at using your powers?
I think I'll actually bump up willpower because there was a debuff to it earlier, so we gotta balance that out a little.
Okay. You can now choose. There's a lot of choices. You can bump up a skill. You can actually bump up a stat too. There's a lot of options. But if we're going off the... Oh, none under recommended. Well, there's some unique to your character as a hive world. This is going to be useless to you because you're going to be scaling willpower. Fresh start. Gain a plus 50% dodge against the first attack of opportunity every round. Helping hand. Starting next to allies gives bonuses to movement. Outnumber. That's going to be a little bit more useless because you're going to be melee. Weapon personalization. All ranged weapons dealing physical damage gain +1 damage, +5 armor 5% armor penetration, +1 rate of fire, and -5 recoil. That one's just good, honestly, for a gunner.
Yeah, honestly, we just grab that.
Yeah, because some of these are just like, oh, here are some psychic related ones, but honestly, you can just wait on those. We're making a level 16 character well upon thee. Oh, okay. Here, let's look at the recommended. We can look at the psychic shit a little bit later. Yeah, we'll look at the two. Exploit surroundings, more cover efficiency fired up. Whenever you deal damage, your crit damage is increased until end of combat. So this can snowball eventually. Rack and Ruin. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, so if you're doing rapid fire shit, you gain plus 20% more damage for your next attack in the current combat. Rapid reload. Reloading costs less, and the first reload doesn't cost anything. Unpredictable. Increased crit chance, doubled if there's cover
involved. What does Rack and Ruin do again?
If you deal damage to 3 different enemies, you gain plus 20% damage on your next attack.
Ooh, why is that one bit more than it was before?
Because it scales off a stat. It's your ballistic skill.
Oh, okay.
10 plus double your ballistic skill bonus, which the bonus is the stat divided by 10. So, because you keep bumping it up, it gets higher and higher.
Honestly, grab Rack and Ruin.
Alright. More awareness, more Medicaid, knowledge warp, we'll be looking.
Awareness is just perception, right?
Yeah.
Let's go grab ourselves. Fuck it. You know, let's make this motherfucker very perceptive. More awareness.
Alright. Alright, you gain Firearm Mastery. This is a fun little... a buff to your ultimate, basically. So, you can either have your ultimate gain until the end of your turn. You gain plus 4 MP, and your attacks do not spend movement points. So, you could just sprint while firing a bunch of times until end of combat. Your rate of fire is increased by 30%. Until end of combat, all of your attacks are 20% harder to dodge. Until the end of combat, your ranged attacks gain 10% armor penetration. Or until end of your turn, each of your area attacks deal additional damage equal to the number of attacked targets.
Increase rate of fire, actually.
Alright. So, these we already know of, but if you want to grab something psychic related, you can.
Actually, the next thing I was gonna grab was the, if I can, that rapid fire shit.
There was rapid reload.
Or was it like full auto or something like that? Like you just fucking spray and pray.
Oh, that's a different type of a power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if we want to grab something psychic related, most of your shit is buffs though. This is the thing. Ooh, Edge of Fate. At the beginning of every combat, the Psyker's allies gain plus 15% critical chance. The first critical hit removes the effect. Fatebringer. If you're... allies under the effect of at least one psychic power gain an additional plus 7% armor penetration. Flawless Plan. Every 9th successful dodge and or parry by the Psyker and their allies combined grants the Psyker plus 2 additional AP on the next turn. Predicted downfall. The first dodge attempt of every enemy in combat suffers a minus 14% penalty. I assume that scales off of willpower. And then unnatural luck. When you use a divination psychic power on an ally without unnatural luck, they gain unnatural luck. The unnatural luck status. When you suffer a critical hit, it becomes a normal hit instead. And unnatural luck is removed.
Let's go with predicted downfall.
Alright. First dodge attempt of every enemy in combat suffers a penalty. Oh, it scales off psi rating. Alright, good to know. Agility or willpower?
What does agility look like right now?
40. Yeah, 40 and 40.
Let's up our agility.
All right. You wanted the rapid fire.
Yep, because I have a feeling they'll stack with the weapon mastery thing I also got.
You can no longer buff awareness. Would you like demolitions, athletics, Medicaid, or lore? Warp.
Demolition.
Kaboom.
This man sees into the future. He doesn't know too much about the warp itself.
Agility or willpower?
Let's bump up agility again. Let's make that shit 50.
Alright. Outnumber, that's only good if you're in melee. Blade of Light, that's if you're using a force weapon, which are melee weapons.
You know what? Immediately build into another minor secret thing. Edge of Fate. You can see the kind of build here.
Yeah. Oh, there's also, you can get
chain. Oh.
Yeah,
Shit, characteristic training? What's that?
Yes, it bumps a stat. Dual weapon combat allows you to basically do dual wielding, 2-weapon fighting if you feel like. You can get las weapon expert, melee weapon and power weapons are as expected. I don't think you have Melta and plasma proficiency. I think you can gain proficiency though. Can you? Maybe?
Dual weapon might be decent, but I'm not sure how good that would be considering I haven't fully built into that. Wait, hold on. What's chain weapon expert? What is a
chain weapon attacks gain +4 maximum damage.
Alright, what is a chain weapon?
I think it's like chainsaw and shit like that.
Okay, yeah, I guess for now Edge of Fate will do me wonders unless there's another one that can help with shit.
Alright.
Ooh, there's a lot of them here now.
Yeah, well, we can now look at offense. Muzzle velocity. The first hit of each ranged burst attack deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current rate of fire.
Oh, that's immediately the build, because, like, look, I already hit the 30% increase. The rapid fire is an additional 100%. Like, that's where our real damage is gonna start coming in.
You could grab dual weapon combatant. Is there just a thing that gives you power? Okay, so you can grab proficiencies. Where?
Would it even be useful to grab a proficiency now, or
bolter weapon?
Oh, now we're fucking cooking.
That would be useful, and then you get immediately another talent. Could we grab expertise? Offense. What's a bolt expertise look like? 10% armor pen.
I mean, that might be good with high rate of fire.
Alright. Demolitions, I assume.
Yep.
And you get another mastery for your special.
Let's actually grab that one you're hovering over right now.
Alright. Now you could go Bounty Hunter, Arch Militant, so it's Alright. To Archetype. Oh! Are you... How do we give you your archetype?
Isn't that the archetype right there? The 3 below?
Oh, yeah. So Arch Militant, it's gun and sword. Bounty Hunter is plus operative, I think, and Master Tactician is plus commander. Bounty Hunter is you just point at a guy, it's like, I want you dead, which might be what we're going for.
Yeah, let's go Bounty Hunter.
There you go.
What do you think? What do you think of this particular build?
I don't know yet. Let's find out. We can figure it out. Hello, chat. We spent the first hour of the stream building a character. Nope. Alright. We're gonna swap her out with Enoch because they fulfill similar roles. Because she is also I think, operative? She's operative plus. I also could have swapped the Tech Priest, but the Tech Priest kind of has an OP ability. I'm just gonna level with you, chat. The fucking Skitari ranger is kind of low-key busted. He can equip 2 two-handed weapons.
What the fuck?
It's like he's low-key reconculous. Actually, let's gear up this character. You have a stub revolver.
That won't do.
That won't do. You're a fucking bolter expert. Ah, there's a precise las pistol. Stub carbine. Unfortunate. Also, we should give you some, like... light body armor. Unfading Valor. A two-handed, ranged weapon, light. It's a decent bolt weapon.
All right.
There's also, we could just hand you a shotgun. That would be funny. Damn, they're both two-handed. You know what, we'll give you one of these, and we're gonna hand you, as a sort of sidearm. Ooh, there's a Diviner Staff. We can give you that as a sidearm.
Hell yeah. That'll be helpful.
Yeah. Arsonist's Greaves. You're not using flame weapons, so we're not gonna equip that to you. Unidentified Acid. What are we gonna throw onto you? Because maybe there's another thing we can throw onto you. Who knows? Maybe not.
You can probably sort that out by weapons or armor. So you're not looking through a bunch of other...
Honestly... Okay, that requires being a heretic. You can't equip that because you're not Von Valancius. Melt Charge.
I mean, I do have Demolition.
I'll pass.
Oh, I think these are just usable items. We can hand you a Force Grenade, though. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Well, there doesn't seem to be too much for this character now, but that doesn't mean you can't get more stuff later.
Yeah. Armored... Oh yeah, we're giving you an improved armored body glove. Just making sure there isn't anything I can throw onto you that's a little bit better. Ah, there we go. We can alt your color scheme a little. Kind of fucks.
Alright.
Fuck with this. Alright, what was I doing?
I won't tolerate weakness.
We'll see how good this character is. We can go over here. Wait, keeping that efficient body glove. That's fucking amazing. We're keeping that. Shredder shotgun. We're keeping that. I think we found really good fucking armor.
Let's go.
Here, well, what's our current War World Body Glove? 25%, plus 10% dodge against melee attacks, world property, plus 10% parry. And this is the Efficient Armored Body Glove. That's just plus 10% armor for free. Yeah, and we're not really doing melee with this character. Who else are we giving light armor to? You. Oh, you have a carapace chest plate. Well, you can have this because you're wielding a staff. That looks good, actually.
I can't wait to see the look on the enemy's face. Hey, look, they have a psyker there. What the fuck? Why is he wielding a bolter?
We have multiple psychers. Dude, our navigator kills people.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good navigator skill.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was doing. We're going back to the warehouse. This is what happens when you spend several months away from this game. You don't remember shit. But yeah, I think we already cleared out this area.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
We're just gonna leave. Hey, another improved body glove. We're gonna do that. That seems like plot.
You seem like plot. I don't know what that actually implicitly means, but...
Okay, so this is a preacher man, which we should be if we're going by. I bear another darker duty. The expanse is filled with tainted creations of unholy heretics. These insidious creatures are a danger to the souls, but I know what to do with them. Should your travels come upon dangerous cryptid items, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. Okay, yeah, there's... So we have profit factor 21. Wait, does... Bloodhound staff. For navigators only. Interesting. Imperial scroll. I should save before I interact with this. Save game. There's a method to this. I forgot if it works like profit factor in 40K. Holy gifts. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is cargo we can sell. We can give a shipment of okay, yeah, we can just get these. 'Cause it's just anything within profit factor. Because profit factor isn't like how much money we have, it's just what we can afford with our resources. It's a little bit more abstract. We can give holy gifts. We can see if we can equip more shit. Requires reject the flesh. Makes sense. Taunting Scream. I don't know if I have that ability. Who has Taunting Scream? Oh, you have a new staff. Yeah, you have Staff of House Orsalio. -5 to alter. Yeah. You have Devastating 6. The first use of an attacking navigator power per turn does not set the power on cooldown and does not count towards the attack limit per turn. The second use of this power, or the use of a different attacking power on the same turn, deals additional damage, +6 damage to all targets, and direct 6 damage to the navigator. That's just cool as fuck.
It's about time.
Let's go over this way. We have not...
The machine god grants the insight.
Thank
None
you.
shall stand in my way.
Looks like a situation is brewing.
Because Baraka trades Xeno artifacts on footfall. They're fairly blatantly at that. And the Ordo Xenos is in no hurry to rectify the situation.
What the fuck were our quests? Let's just look it up. Quests. Okay, wait for that. Visit Liege of Footfall. Is there anything else? Shadow Quarters. Yeah. So, this seems to be the correct path. Now let's see if it turns into a fucking bloody mess. Vladame Tokara the Liege. My patience. You remember the way out. Dismissed. The tall man in austere gray clothes makes a show of looking past the woman he's addressing. Vladame, Vladame, Vladame. What Ozzy put such harsh words into your mouth? You talk like you're an imperial clerk, not one of us. The woman, who is standing with her back to you, lets out an ostentatious sigh, and then her tone changes dramatically. Where's my cargo, Vladame? Falco has it, doesn't he? So that's how you do business with your old friends these days. So you don't remember? Then the help will remind you. Guards, escort her out. Adari, move. The massive guard leans down to the woman and says in a lower voice, Jay, get going while he's letting you. Go drown your sorrows at the Amasekis. And think your lucky stars you're able to walk out the door. You won't get a chance next time. First an insult and now threats. I see courtesy and tact are no longer a valued commodity on footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal. She turns on her heel and heads towards the exit. As she passes you by, she gives you a quick once-over, winks at you, then immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. That's a future party member if I ever seen one. The tall man, who has long since noticed your presence, is studying you intently. Vladame Tukara, Liege of Footfall, let us proceed to my office. A spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accompanied nearby. While you're engaged in small talk, you get a chance to take a firm measure of Liege Tukara. His expression is aloof and focused, his gestures curt and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he is used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he's been studying you in turn this whole time. Vladame straightens in his chair and says in a polite but completely indifferent tone, "Let's talk business. On behalf of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences, Lady von Valancius. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss, and we hope this sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intentions and willingness to cooperate." Thank you, Liege. A terrible loss for us all. I hope that under your guidance the dynasty can recover from this blow and attain even greater power. I am impressed by your prudence. Your decision to arrive on Footfall incognito without announcing either the death of the previous rogue trader or your own status. It was quite wise. The rumors will spread sooner or later. It's impossible to keep secret something that's known to thousands of people serving on a void ship, but for now, you're free to reap the benefits of anonymity. I've heard much about your rare acumen. Oh? Oh, decision consequences. Your outstanding intellect is known beyond the bounds of your home system. Or should I say, about the profoundly impressive results you manage to achieve by using it. I have always had a fondness for individuals who can destroy their enemy or gain a powerful ally with just a few well-phrased sentences or precisely issued orders. The corners of Vladame's mouth twitch, bringing his expression dangerously close to a genuine smile. As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its people would benefit from the patronage of a figure such as yourself. What sort of patronage do you seek from me? Protection. Not military protection, but a different kind of security. You, of course, already encountered difficulties with warp navigation on your way here. I'm afraid the scope of these difficulties extends far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming in from across the entire sector. Communication with the Calixis sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have dived into the maw in recent years, none have yet returned. The last ship that came through the maw from the other side was struck by a temporal anomaly. The jump took almost 2 decades in real space-time. Hey, lore warp succeeded. You've heard of periods of warp instability, including cases where the maw would become completely inaccessible for navigation for years on end. thus temporarily cutting off the Cronus expanse from the Imperium. Even so, Vladaeum's words are particularly alarming. It seems that something has had a profound effect on the Maw. If I'm remembering correct, Cicatrix Maledictum, that was, I'm trying to remember what I know basically the map got ripped in half at some point. Was it the Fall of Cadia? It was something. The fucking world got ripped in half, basically. Ah, logic succeeded. And this brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard at a trading post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food shipments. And the station naturally has some reserves, but the supply issues didn't start yesterday. Footfall would be obliged if House Von Valancius would assist us by signing a contract for food deliveries. I can't be the only person you've asked for help. Ooh, new rumor. Naturally, I tried contacting other rogue traders, but the tomes of House Corda would have bled Footfall dry. And as for the esteemed Caligos Winterscale, instead of food shipments from him, I receive a transport, the Navica. Packed with refugees, I had to send them off to Foulstone. So many extra mouths to feed would have only worsened the crisis further. I suppose all these warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterscale, and so I put my faith in you, the third and last of Footfall's allies. So what are the terms of these deals? It's simple. A delivery of food shipments from your fertile world. Janus, I imagine. I'm quite familiar with that jewel of the Von Valancius protectorate in exchange for fair payment. We can get some fucking iconoclast XP.
Ooh.
So, the alignment in this game is not strictly... So, gaining in one type of alignment does not restrict you from another. It's just after a certain point, you are considered an additional rank in that. We're playing a slowly change to the slowly shifting to the situation Sister of Battle, which honestly I think the iconoclast option would be fitting. It wouldn't be a stretch for this character. I know it's normally dogmatic that we're going to be going for, but in this instance there is no dogmatic. This is a Ministorum character. We're going to go iconoclast. Such charity is a rare sight in the Cronus Expanse. Even figures as powerful as rogue traders do not show it often. Thank you, your ladyship. I'd like to know more about the Anvers gang. Why haven't they been dealt with yet? He grits his teeth slightly before answering. I have been using all my resources to delay the moment when the station is hit by famine. I haven't gotten around to Anvers yet. As detrimental as they are, they're no players. When their leader dies, the rest will scatter. Where does one go to make a few deals here on the station? Here, I'm the main dealer on the station. It would be disrespectful of me to suggest that you take your business to footfall traders of lesser importance. Still, you might take interest in a few people of note. For example, Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso. This servant of the ecclesiarchy is rumored to purchase sacred relics from captains, and other traders don't seem keen on becoming his competitors. If you're looking for goods that can entertain you, find Octavania at this establishment called the Adeptus Amazicus. The chemical bliss she offers is refined and possesses a satisfactory degree of purity. Just don't ask her to pour you her signature drink. It's meant for common footfall rabble, not discerning clientele. What's the situation in the... let's ask about footfall. Rest assured, I will be candid. My lips are bound by oath of service. What exactly interests you on footfall? This abode of merchants, xenotech traders, and only a few bandits. Who holds the reins of good trade here? That is the Casabalica Mission, a criminal syndicate that seized control over the entirety of the cold trade in the sector. Xeno's creations on high demand, and so every single colony has a Casabalican agent or two. Opposing their commercial interests is a lot more dangerous than using their merchandise. A pale ghost of a smile appears on his lips. Still, making friends with this organization is as profitable as it is dangerous to make enemies of them. And it just so happens I managed to earn their trust, and on footfall. They conduct their business under my watchful eye. He sends you a meaningful look. I have no more questions. Let's get down to business. He probably, for required cargo, you want provisions. Right? Okay, I think they have different prices for different things. Cool. So, Xeno shit would give us a lot with this guy. We can grab all of these. If we can manage to increase our reputation, we might be able to grab more things. Let's see if we can load up your gear a little bit more. We got Orthlak pattern stub revolver. Okay, that's rate of fire 5.
Womp.
Oh wait, but this is rate of fire 4. Okay. This pistol kind of fucks. Smaller range, though. Smaller range, higher damage.
I mean, not bad.
And it does have a burst fire.
Fucking sold.
Alright. I think we can hand you another pistol, too.
E.
Faux
Wait,
hammer.
with the pist- So, ooh. So does the, I'm assuming these pistols would just deal more damage than the bolter?
They do more damage, it's just the bolter has a slightly higher rate of fire for when you're doing burst shot. There's also Rebel Sniper Rifle.
Not bad, but I'm not necessarily built for that. Necessarily.
Yeah, we can have you dual wield stub revolver and faux hammer, which is a shotgun pistol.
Hell yeah.
Woe upon thee. Your dual wielding revolvers. Wait, what's the rate of fire? 1, max
honestly,
ammo 6. Yeah.
Had I known that these pistols would have been better than the bolter, I would have built.
Well,
into
we
the
just
dual
got one
thing.
of the. Well, we just got the Orthlac pattern.
That's fair. Maybe we'll find a better bolter later on.
Yeah, I mean, there's like Bringer of Terror, which requires you to be a being of sin to use. Wait, I have a long last. What would the sniper rifle do for us? Better armor penetration, not as much dodge reduction. Oh, because I think we have, do we have last specialty? Are we las experts? No, we have melt and flame proficiency. We're not expert in anything. Oh, hi, Clover. Okay. What would be the damage increase of the sniper rifle? Oh wait, no, the long last is just... Wait, what about this... Rebel sniper rifle? Additional hit chance plus 30%. Oh, it's like 5 extra damage. And it has... Wait, does this have Deadeye Shot? Yeah, it has Deadeye Shot. It's a solid projectile, so... Yeah, okay, so... I think we'll swap to the Rebel Sniper Rifle. Good, because solid projectile. She has a bolter, and then she has both a bolt pistol and a flamer she can dual wield. Let's get this guy a sniper rifle. Yes. This guy is bullshit. You could just hand him 2 two-handed weapons.
He is just built like that.
He is literally built like that. Lord Captain, I am pleased to report that the inspections has resolved and all identified system failures has been resolved. The void ship is ready to depart Footfall. The crew is awaiting for your further instructions, and there are a number of issues that need to be addressed.
Follow my lead.
Welcome man calls out to you. He is clean-shaven and well-dressed in clothes that are expensive but unshowy, with a bright aquila embroidered in a prominent spot. Noble lady, a minute of your time, please. I'm Bastion in Derima, Bastel Corda, youngest cousin of House Corda, envoy of Insidia, Bastel Corda, rogue trader of the Coronis Expanse, by the grace of the most holy emperor. You must be an envoy of Theodora von Valancius. I had noticed you arrived on the esteemed lady's ship. Corda, There are some things on the most influential rogue traders. There are some of the most influential rogue traders on the Cronus Expanse, but not on Footfall. The station is under the control of House Winterscale. Something tells me we're about to hear a most curious offer, says Abelard under his breath so that only you can hear him. What do you wish to speak to me about? A matter of utmost delicacy, you see. You've been to the residence of the Liege. Vladame almost certainly appealed to you for assistance in the arrangement of shipments of Footfall. The Von Valancius Protectorate is famed for its abundance of its main agri-world, Janus. It'd be odd for him not to seize such an opportunity when the Footfall is on the verge of famine. However, the Corda dynasty pursues its own interests on Footfalls. We have already announced our terms to the Liege, but he is stalling. I imagine in hopes of getting a better offer from you. The Corda dynasty believes, Bastion smiles and gives you a slight shrug, the cooperation would be preferable for both rogue trader houses. If you refuse Vladame, thereby forcing him to agree to a deal with us, the Corda dynasty can promise you a share of the profits from the future contract, as well as certain other prerequisites. Everyone benefits. The Emperor's most loyal servants should be more concerned with carrying his will through the stars, and less with divvying up profit amongst themselves. Argenta says disapprovingly, but quite enough as to not interrupt the negotiations, especially when the well-being of one of the Imperium's worlds is at stake, even one such as Footfall. Behind your smile, Master Bastane, Teal's shadows swirl. Others may not see them, but your worry cannot escape my eye. What are you afraid of? Your house's wrath should these negotiations prove fruitless? Or the wrath of House von Valancius? So you seek to rob the station blind. A station that is facing famine, and you're proposing that I join your little feast of vultures. It's simply business, honest and straightforward. Footfall is a den of bandits and profiteers. They may not be outright heretics, but they are far from the light of the Imperium. And they should be grateful that rogue traders allowed this den to exist in the first place. Demanding fair payment from them is only right. Bastion smiles and offers his mouth to offer another piece of sugar-coated courtesy when suddenly... Oh! Well, he just got shot with a sniper rifle.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
I will take you down.
Oh, cool. Wow, that's a lot of people that want us dead. Put you there. Abelard. Become surrounded by fear and dead men. Pascal. Argenta, you go there. Hello, Enoch. You're going to go... You can't get into good cover.
Yeah.
Stick behind Pascal. And we are going to...
I foresee that I'm gonna get shot.
I foresee bullets in my near future. Oh, and you're pretty far down the initiative list. Okay, it's been a while. Try to just all allies. Okay. Oh, that costs 0 AP. All allies in backline area. Okay, so front line, back line, rear. We're gonna...
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
We're gonna mark that as that. We're gonna mark... We're gonna mark this area as backline.
If I may.
And we're gonna mark this as rear.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Alright. Lidless Stare. Revealed Light. Let's buff Enoch's willpower and toughness by 24.
Whew.
And we can make him move immediately so that he can get into cover.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
So he gets to immediately move. Oh wait, no, he doesn't get any movement points, he just gets to attack.
Well,
Oh, wait, but he can
Already
burn
done.
this. He can burn this to get run and gun so that he can then move into cover. There we go. Okay, not perfectly behind cover, but at least he can enter into the attack zone. That
Yeah.
puts him in range of 2 people, and then he can immediately take a single shot. Okay, that takes an action point, so... We'll do that.
tactics are flawless.
You do get to shoot a second
Too
time.
easy. You didn't stand a chance.
There we go. Hunt down the prey. May mark any enemy in combat as prey.
you.
Fetch me their souls.
Enoch.
Okay, I think that's turn. You don't have any... Yep, and it goes back to her because she didn't get her turn completely. Will this person to die? Can...
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Your will to die. There we go.
Let's get to it.
Alright, Abelard, get ready for the fucking Thunderdome. Activate Warhymn. Take aim. Next attack will ignore cover and have double the effective distance. If the target is under voice of command, this attack will ignore enemy dodge. Let's Deadeye shot somebody. Ooh, we could see if we can railgun through this.
Nothing of value has been lost. Suits my purposes.
Abelard, get into the fight.
Here, balls off.
Oh, that's what Taunting Scream is. We could have given him the thing. There we go.
I will do my duty. Reduce to dust.
Ooh, he can immediately enter Daring Breach. Restores all AP and MP, gains +3 MP until end of turn. Does not lose MP after performing attacks.
Will rule the stars themselves.
Alright. Move there. And cleave.
Follow my lead. I took care of this one.
This is why the Abelard memes exist. And enter tank stance.
My place is at the fort. It will be done.
Alright. Now he's braced for impact. That was just my turn. We are getting flanked by some thugs off to the side, but it's fine. Abelard kind of has the front line covered. Argenta. You can deal with this.
Guided by faith.
Run and gun.
Doubt is for the weak.
I didn't use that. I used that as an inopportune time, but whatever. Area attack deals 100% damage. Yeah. Let's do double damage and not give a fuck about their dodge rating. Somebody's getting hit by this.
Strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deed fabricated.
There we go.
Let's get to it.
They're throwing stuns out. Alright, Abelard. Who are we killing? That person seems like a volunteer.
Reduced to dust.
Alright. You're just gonna chop this guy down. Hey, you survived that.
Victory is imminent. Let's make it quick.
Argenta says parry this, you filthy idiot. Psyker time. You have a toughness bonus right now.
Ooh, rapid
Not
fire,
a problem
baby.
for me.
I just realized they have a female voice. That's funny.
You know what? Good on their
Nothing I
transition.
can't do.
We have missed all of those. Free reload though.
You know, hey, it's fine that we miss, because if we hit, it fucking hurts.
High momentum.
You know what? Redeem
In
yourself.
the name of House Orselio, I shall
Free
prevail.
extra turn.
Maybe concentrate fire then?
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
Nah, we can fan the hammer.
Opposing me was your
Woo! That was a lot of damage.
Time for shotgun.
stand a chance.
Okay. Okay, the build is actually kind of... The build is there. Holy shit, that was a lot of damage.
There's a vision to this.
That was like, what, fucking... Like, what, damn near 30 damage?
Yeah,
From
more or
the,
less.
burst?
If I may,
Reveal the light to Abelard, making him even tankier. Make Abelard even scarier and give him another turn. Use Reckless Swing. So clearly,
I will do my duty.
hello,
I've seen
buddy.
worse battles than this in my time.
I'm afraid not. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
There we go.
Follow my
Hey, and you dodged. The precog.
See, I told you bullets were my future.
Hello, Rando. Hello, Mario.
Twice dead Lenny.
We don't have a good
Oh, you-
shot from this angle. But you know what?
Already done.
You might. It's still a distance. Wait, what if we... Oh yeah, you have Revel and Slaughter active right now. Not useful to use right now. Okay. Not in line of sight. That's fine. We can have you.
Bullets are in my future.
You can reload and dodge better, or like you can reload and then increase your dodge. Can I do take aim? No, I could have done take aim. Whatever. We're gonna take a long shot. I don't think that hit. Yeah, that didn't
Nope.
hit. You think you're going to touch Abelard, the god amongst man? Alright, we're gonna... That's fine. We'll be fine.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Hello, good sir. I'm about to blow your cover out
I'll
of
do it.
existence. Okay, I did not hit the cover. But I did hit him for a lot. That was a heavy thug.
It will be done. I took care of this one.
Damn. Wait.
A tactically sound approach.
Abelard, move towards the sniper. Hello, sniper.
Victory is imminent. Hold on. Here we go.
The guards can help deal with the heavy.
My vow is to serve. Request approved. The scriptural proves significant value.
You are reduced from existence. This would be cool to pop, but I don't know how useful that's gonna be. Yeah, this just makes it so that you can fire more times. But if you're unable to make a shot,
Yeah, he is really far.
yeah. Abelard's got him though, so.
Wait, can I do four? the little forewarn or forebode to Abelard now?
You
Nothing
could.
I can't do.
There we go.
You can also mark this guy, so even though you're not in range, you can still...
I don't have time for this.
More guards? Does that mean there's more enemies? We kind of slaughtered them pretty violently.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Gain health. And I guess move forward,
I have read
because we got
tomes
nothing
of
better to do.
military tactics.
Out my way. Target well struck.
Abelard chase him down like the wild animal that he is.
Strengthens me.
My
We could hit you
time
with it.
is now.
Move you forward. Which will put you in shooting distance, but you'll be...
Forward ahead.
There will be an Abelard in a way, but Abelard's kind of fucking crack. Honestly, it doesn't take an action to hit him with Forewarn.
Hey, I'm about to go. I'm about to go nutty with it. Actually, concentrate fire might be good because it's single.
We still have to shoot through him. But yeah, we can... What's the next area attack? Abelard, you can dodge.
Nothing of value has
He
Man,
could
he got-
actually
oh my-
dodged.
Oh my god!
won't
Fucking
tolerate weakness.
Look, Abelard
Okay.
is cracked as fuck.
Abelard is cracked as fuck. I'm doing a lot more damage than I thought I'd be doing. Like, I'm shredding.
Yeah, I mean, it's level 16. These characters are going to fucking hurt.
Fair enough.
That said, we've been going on for 2 hours. I'm gonna end the stream here. It's been very fun, though. I know we spent the first hour making another custom character, but... whatever. It,
Unintentionally trans mask.
our trans mask icon, Enoch, the the gun sorcerer.
Honestly,
Alright.
kind of goes hard.
Anyhow, hey Twitch, you can find me on YouTube. Hey YouTube, you can find me on Twitch. I am going to continue. I will probably draw or go to sleep. One of those things. I made an animation of a demon woman getting fucked. I won't be doing that for the next drawing. It's going to be safe for work. However, you know, here's your warning for blue sky shit. I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Which is Wednesday, because I don't stream on Tuesdays.